the classic Italian dish, spaghetti aglio e olio. That's what we're making today. What's up everybody? I'm Ben with Impossibly Kosher. I'm obsessed with sharing the best recipes from all over the globe using authentic and classic cooking methods, all while keeping everything 100% kosher. Today's classic, spaghetti aglio e olio. Translation for those who don't speak any Italian at all. Spaghetti, aglio, garlic, olio, oil. Spaghetti, garlic, and oil. It's that simple. It's a simple dish, no cheese, no butter, a few little things that you can add in, but you really don't need to. Traditionally, this dish comes from Naples. Aglio e olio became super popular really because how simple it is to make and how simple of a dish it is. In fact, I've actually heard people say that it's like a midnight snack type of dish. When they say Italians love pasta, they mean it. Also, the fact that the ingredients are so inexpensive, the 3 main ingredients, it helps to make something way more popular and accessible to all. Now with Italian recipes, it's never just 3 ingredients. In this one, you need some fresh parsley and some optional chopped up anchovies, some chili flakes if you want, but those 2 are if you want to get fancy. Really the basic: oil, garlic, parsley, and pasta. In 10 to 15 minutes, you're gonna have a really great dish. And I'm splitting this video into 2 sections: the ingredients and cooking those ingredients, and section 2, tips and tricks. All right, let's jump to it. Before jumping into it, go ahead, pause this video. Wait, don't pause it just yet. Pause it once I'm done telling you why to pause it. Pause this video and subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up and leave in the comment section down below what your favorite type of pasta is and what type of recipes you want to see more of. All right, so go ahead and pause it and do that. No, seriously, pause it and do it. All right, now that that's done, let's continue. So what we're gonna need some spaghetti pasta, fresh, finely chopped up or sliced garlic. You can crush it also if you want a more intense garlicky flavor. Extra virgin olive oil, some fresh parsley. We're gonna separate the stems from the leaves. The stems, you can leave them whole. The leaves, chop them really nicely. And you're gonna want a good amount, like a handful. Optional ingredients, some red chili flakes, and some chopped up anchovies. I was looking all over for the anchovies. I couldn't find them. I knew I had a pack somewhere, but for this recipe, I left it out. And funny enough, after dinner, I was cleaning up and we found the box of anchovies. Whatever.
You were the chosen one!
All right, now to get cooking, we get a big pot, add in water, and bring it up to a boil. As soon as it's boiling, add in a generous amount of salt. Trust me, that's the classic way to do it, and that is the best way to do it. Pasta in, and timer for 10 minutes starts. Now your box may say 10, 12 minutes, whatever it is, start the timer for 2 minutes less than whatever the box says. So if it says 10 minutes, set your timer for 8 minutes. Now you have 8 minutes to do all the rest. Get a large pan and add a good amount of olive oil. A nice amount. I would say like 6 tablespoons, even more. Don't be cheap with it. Get your heat on medium-low just to warm things up. Garlic, add a few stalks of the parsley, and let it heat up for about 2 or 3 minutes. Then add in a ladle of the pasta water. Just take it out and pour it in and mix it up real well. Remove the stems of the parsley, give it another minute or so, and add in the chili flakes and the anchovies. Now, when the timer goes off, it should be 8 minutes for a 10-minute total cook. Your pasta is gonna be quite al dente. We're finishing it off in the pan. So strain out that pasta, but keep the water, or strain it out and add it directly into the pan and crank up the heat to high. Add in another ladle's worth of pasta water into the dish. The pasta water is starchy water. That's what's binding everything together. That's why it's so important to keep it. Mix it really well and start tossing it. That tossing function will help emulsify the oil and the water together, making like a saucy type of texture instead of a water and oil texture. Now do that for about 1 minute, then add in your chopped parsley leaves. And you're gonna have to move quickly. Toss and toss and toss. Mix and toss, mix and toss, mix and toss. Everything is gonna be emulsified together. 1 minute left, taste it. If it needs a bit of salt, add some accordingly, but it really shouldn't because the water is quite salty and that's being transferred into your dish, but to each their own. Taste the pasta, make sure that it's al dente, serve it, and enjoy. That's it. That's all you gotta do. It's a simple dish. 10 minutes, you're done. All right, so that's the general function of how you're gonna be making it. Now let's jump into some tips and tricks to see how to make it perfectly in a little bit more detail. Number one, what spaghetti to use? Normal spaghetti that you buy from the supermarket is usually a darker yellow color and is very slippery or soft. There's no ridges, there's no bumps, there's no grooves. That usually ends up being an issue to capture and hold the sauce on the pasta. So the best type of spaghetti or the best type of pasta to use is one that was extruded with a bronze die cut. You'll usually see that on the box itself. Pasta that is made and extruded using a bronze die cut usually has a rougher surface, which helps the sauce stick to it and actually makes the water much starchier. And make sure to season that water with the salt because that's where the pasta is getting the flavor from. Second is the garlic. Depending on how potent you like your garlic, here's a few little tips. Slicing the garlic very, very thin will actually give you a more mild taste versus crushing it up. And a little pro tip, most Italian chefs will actually cut out the stem of the garlic, which removes a lot of that bitterness from the garlic. Tip number 3, the oil. For the love of all that is good, please use extra virgin olive oil. You do not want to use normal oil for this. It will not come out the same at all. Extra virgin olive oil is delicate, it's rich, it's light, it's cold pressed and it's just delicious. So don't settle for a subpar oil. Please, pasta water. As pasta cooks, it releases starch into the water. That water is used in a lot of dishes to starch up or to thicken up the sauce. That's why in Aglio e Olio, it's critical because that starch is what's causing the emulsification and that binding and that saucy-like texture. Otherwise, it's just gonna be water and oil. And the final tip, cooking. The order of things is critical. First, you do the oil and the garlic and the parsley stems. The garlic and parsley stems will start to flavor that oil, which leads into the rest of the dish. Next, the pasta is added 2 minutes before it's done. Otherwise, you're gonna have overcooked pasta. You always want it to have that al dente, that bite. So you don't wanna let it boil until the end. You wanna finish it off in the pan. And finally, tossing. Toss all the ingredients in the pan. It doesn't only look cool, it helps emulsify and bind everything together. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I have for this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave me your feedback in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel because we have so many awesome videos coming out that you don't want to miss, like this one. Like I mentioned, when you subscribe to Impossibly Kosher, you're subscribing to get authentic and classic cooking methods from all over the globe, tested and delicious recipes that I make sure to test myself, and everything 100% kosher. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one.